Hey, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you guys my hamstrings and glutes day. Now, for hamstrings in particular, I don't think you need as much volume as other muscle groups. So there's going to be fewer exercises and fewer sets as well. Like it's going to end up being about 8 working sets total for the hamstrings. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. You can see that I'm starting off here with Romanian deadlift. And I like to go pretty heavy on these. Here I'm doing sets of 4 to 8. I do 2 sets of these. And the main thing that I try to keep in mind is to basically push my butt back until it won't go back any further. And I feel super tight in my hamstrings. I find that just focusing on that, getting my butt back and the tightness in my hamstrings, allows me to maintain that neutral spine without going down too far. I know that some people like to go real low on these, and that does give extra stimulus to the spinal erectors, but I'm not trying to give extra stimulus to those for this exercise. I want to get those hamstring and glute gains. Plus, I mean, between this day and my back day, I think I get a fair amount of spinal erector stimulus, so I don't think there's any need to go too crazy on the lower back stimulus for this exercise. Anyway, after about 2 sets of RDLs, it's really hard for me to maintain good form, so what I do after that is I switch to Zercher Good Mornings. For these, what you do is you pick up the barbell in that Zercher position, so the bar in the crooks of your elbows, and you just do a good morning. Push your butt back, look for that tightness in your hamstrings, neutral spine, and I find these to be a lot more comfortable than traditional good mornings. Traditional good mornings with the bar on my back, they make me real nervous, but with these, I find them much more comfortable and they make me a lot less nervous because if I end up needing to dump that bar, it's not right on the back of my neck. So if I'm in that bent over position and I gotta dump the bar, it's coming down from my arms in front of me, not on my neck. Anyway, I also do these for 2 sets of 4 to 8. You can see that I have lowered the weight quite a bit. Part of that is because I started off really light with these because I didn't want to go too crazy too quickly, and I'm still in the process of building up and finding a good weight to work with. But everything all together is still making my hamstrings sore, so I'm not overly concerned about increasing the weight too quickly. Now, anybody who's tried these knows that they are insanely difficult. And I started off with my bench pretty much up at a 90-degree angle, and I've very slowly been lowering it as I get stronger. And to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty happy with how low I've lowered the bench on these. I've still got a ways to go, but I think I'm progressing pretty okay on these. Also, for these, I do a lot more sets. I do 4 sets, and I try to get 8 reps for every single set. If I can't get 8 reps, then I try to take it kind of beyond failure, and you'll probably see here pretty soon the way that I do that is as I lower myself. If I feel like I'm going to fall, I put my hands out and I try not to use too much assistance from my hands. I try to push on the bench just enough so that I still have to struggle to lower myself all the way down. And then I might have to give a little push off of it to get myself back up as well. But that I feel is a really great way to go a little bit beyond failure with these. Hopefully that made sense. But anyway, why would you want to do these? Well, if you don't have access to a leg curl machine, lying, seated, whatever, then these are awesome. These will basically accomplish the exact same thing as leg curl machines, but you don't need the machine. You may need a bench like this, or you can buy these, I'm not sure what to call them, but it's basically a strap with a little foam covered bar that you slip under like a door or something like that, and they're designed to do Nordic curls. They're pretty cheap, and those also work great, but then you just have to think about what you're going to put in front of you to help you progress, because honestly, these are insanely difficult. Like, even if you're putting up big numbers on a leg curl machine, you're gonna have a hard time doing Nordic curls. They are that difficult. After I finished these, I was also doing barbell hip thrusts, but I took those out because I don't know if I really need that much glute volume between the RDLs, the good mornings, and also getting some glute work in on my quad day with the Zercher squats and the split squats. I think it might be a little bit excessive. So instead, I want to go for some spinal decompression and also work on my grip and forearm strength. So here I have weighted dead hangs. So I do these for 3 sets, and I just hold on for as long as I can, up to a minute. If I can get a minute, I think that's pretty good and probably a sign that I can add a little bit more weight. If you've never tried these, they do feel really, really, really good for your back, but don't start off with weight added. You should start off with just your body weight and see how that goes, because it might take you a bit of time to build up to a minute just with your body weight. And once you can do that for 3 sets, then would be a good time to start adding some plates using a weight belt like this. Also, one thing to keep in mind with these is that your forearms will be on fire before your grip actually gives out. So it'll really feel like you can't hold on any longer. Keep holding on until your fingers start slipping. That's the point at which you're good to let go. You've done enough for that set, not when you start feeling the burn, because your forearms will start burning before your grip goes. Also, don't feel bad if the amount of time that you can hold on for goes way down with each subsequent set. Sometimes I can get a full minute on the first set, and then I can barely get more than 30 seconds on the second and third set. That's totally normal, totally fine. Just keep at it, and your times will increase. Anyway, last exercise here. I usually throw my neck work onto my hamstring days. So this is pretty much just me doing neck curls with a 20-kilo plate. I don't do a lot with these. I don't want to overdo it, so this is just a set of 15. And that seems to work pretty okay for me. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and as always, if you didn't enjoy it, I am always open to hate comments. Do your worst. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.